Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Just had to share that. Good morning, Gene. Nice to have you here. All I want for Christmas is coffee. Well, humbug. Oh, Big Steve's trying to fire me already. You know how it is. How are you doing this fine morning, Gene? All the rest of the people are probably still sleeping. Slackers. Had some excitement here in this community yesterday. In fact, it was going on when I was having my live stream. I didn't even know it. Good morning, Ron. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Excuse me, Green Wizard. So, um, a town about, I don't know, 14 miles from us, east of us. The fire department caught on fire. Imagine that, the fire department catching on fire. Yeah. They lost all the equipment. Well, all their equipment's out of service. I don't know how bad it is, but started with an ambulance, and they had this ambulance in there, and they were going to replace it, and they didn't do it because they wanted to make it last another year, and evidently it caught on fire inside the fire department. Imagine that. Well, now they're getting a new ambulance and a couple other things, and probably a new fire department. But meanwhile, the rest of the fire departments have to cover for them. So, it is sad but funny at the same time, right? Nobody, well, a couple firemen got hurt, but I guess it wasn't serious, but you know. Made some Christmas presents. Oh, that's pretty cool there, Gene. Big Steve, he wrote me and told me I was late, but the slacker ain't in here, is he? Mm-mm. Gonna fire me? Write me up because I'm late. Good morning, Junkyard. Nice to have you. Now, see, Junkyard's got a legitimate excuse for being late because I know he watches Live PD, which Eastern Standard doesn't get over till midnight. 1 o'clock Eastern Standard his time. 3 o'clock Big Steve's time. So then it starts back all over again. So you get to watch what you miss. So if you don't happen to walk into it at 9 o'clock and watch it, you can watch it at 12 o'clock and start watching where you missed. So that's my problem. I was watching it from 9 o'clock, fell asleep, and then I woke up and I caught it from where I fell asleep to the end again. So yeah, it goes off here at 3 a.m. too. It starts at 9 o'clock and works till noon or midnight, and then it restarts again until 3 o'clock. So if you missed it the first time, you get to watch it the second time. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool there, Gene. Oh. My wife got me this yesterday. Contains a 48-page book with step-by-step instructions on how to make sushi. I guess she wants me to start making her sushi. I'd have much rather got the sushi cannon myself, so that looked a hell of a lot easier. So. Shelby Cray Cray Girl commented, "Aw, so pretty." My video. Yeah. I just put out a video, Winter Wonderland. Well, it's got a picture of Gretchen on it to start off with, so it is pretty cool. We went to see the lights last night. They weren't going to do it, and then they decided to put the lights up and start, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And they've done it for years, and they weren't going to do it because they were busy. So they started putting up lights a few weeks ago, and one night they put up a bunch of lights. They come back the next day, and somebody stole them all. So the Grinch. Imagine that. Wasn't nice of them at all. I'm sharing this on Facebook real quick. Oh, there we go. You get this done while I'm thinking of it. If I don't do it, then I'll never remember it. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. If I don't do it when I'm thinking of it, I'll never get it done. Picker Rick. Yes, Picker Rick is snowed in. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Gene. Excuse me, Big Steve. I may have been late, but you were later than me. So send me a Facebook message telling me I'm late. It's Sunday, 7:30. I tell you that every week. I was here at 7:30. I was trying to upload a picture Gene sent me so I could show everybody that all Gene wants for Christmas is coffee. Uh, yeah, yeah, I hear you talking. I hear you talking, but you ain't saying nothing. Big Steve has spoken. So how much snow did Rick get? Quarter inch? Oh no. Well, Copen, you're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have a lovely lady in our midst. Marie Kaplinger, you too. Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. About time we got some loveliness in here. It was starting to look like a dog pound. Well, thank you. Bow wow, 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 wow. Anyways, for those that weren't here, we had some excitement yesterday. Town about 14 miles from here, west of here, 13, 14 miles, somewhere around there. The fire department caught on fire yesterday. There was an ambulance inside that they were going to get rid of, and they decided to keep it one more year, and it caught on fire while it was inside the building. I don't know what they managed to get out as far as the equipment, but most of all the service equipment is unusable right now. So I don't know how damaged it is, but so. That's right. Come in here and take control. Yeah. So they had to have 3 or 4 different fire departments come there because all the oxygen tanks and stuff in there were exploding. And now, yeah. So now they've got all these other fire departments have to step up and cover for this one. So, a couple of firemen were injured. I don't think they were seriously injured, but they were sent to the hospital. Yeah, fire department had to call fire department. You're right. And this is relatively a new building. It's only, I bet it's not more than 10, 12 years old. Beautiful looking fire department. So they went all out when they built that. You're right, Steve. In a way, it's tragic, but it's also funny at the same time. But Sad but funny. Yeah, hopefully they had fire. I don't think so. They don't usually carry insurance. The insurance is the city will pay for it. Man, I hate that. And there's plenty of rich people out there in that area. I'm sure somebody will donate enough money to buy a new ambulance and all that other stuff. There's they have a river that crosses through there, and there's a walking bridge right next to the road, and then there was a walking bridge about 3/8 of a mile further away uh, down the river. Oh, good morning, jam session with Blood and Sexy Vampira. They just went by. Um, yeah, lots of bake sales. There you go. Yeah, yeah, I do too. There, Copen. But anyways, the bridge was a suspension bridge, and when you walked on it, it actually swung a little bit. Well, somebody decided it wasn't safe. Good morning, Arizona. Nice to have you here. So they decided to tear it down. Well, when they tore it down, I guess somebody else that used to go over that bridge all the time on a daily basis, to do their walking, decided they didn't want to travel 3/8 of a mile, so they donated the money to build another bridge themselves anonymously. So, that wasn't no cheap thing. It was like $260,000. So, and it's just a little walking bridge. It come in on two semis, and it bolted together, and they dropped it off, with a crane, and put it on with a big crane. So. Oh yeah. You ready for your daily beating there, Gene, are you? Hmm. Well, at least it wasn't a total loss. That's right. Had a little pumping action going down the street, pump, 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 until the tires worn down a little bit. So, anything exciting happened to anybody else? Hmm. Getting close. Getting close, Marie. You? And the water pipe in the wall broke. Well, isn't that cool? In the kitchen? Did they come fix it, or did they just tell you to give a life preserver? That's good. Today's his last day of work. That's pretty cool, Marie. So they shut the water off at least, or is it still running? I get to it Monday. Yeah. You got your Christmas list made? Yeah. Coffee. 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 Morning, Brad. Nice to have you here. We rented an apartment one time, and I went to make some coffee in the morning. Turned on the faucet, and the faucet itself, the nozzle, fell right off into the sink. Okay. I tried shutting the water off, and it wouldn't shut off. I had water going up in the air, 7 feet. It was going up in the air, landing in the sink. So I called the landlord. This is at 3 o'clock in the morning. Said, hey man, something's going on here. So I went to turn on the kitchen sink, the valve won't shut off, and it blew the faucet right off. Well, what do you mean it blew? I said, the faucet's laying in the sink. The water's going almost to the ceiling. We said, well, shut it off. I said, I tried to shut it off. There's no shut off valves for this. Oh, yeah, there is. I said, no, there isn't. Where are they at? Well, they're down in the basement. So where at down in the basement? Well, I don't know. You have to look around. I said, you better hurry up and get here. He said, well, I won't be there till morning. I said, well, it's going to run because I'm not going to sit there and try to find all these shut-off valves. This had an an 8-unit apartment house. So I just left it. Hey, it ain't my house. If you don't care, don't worry about it. Yep. All right, Copeland, we'll see you later, man. Thank you for being here. That's right, Brad. You're awesome, just in case nobody told you. That's pretty good there, Marie. Decorations up, cards sung, some presents. There you go. Good morning, Christy. Wisconsin Greg, good morning. Okay. You're right. You're absolutely right there, Arizona. Trying to see what I'm missing with junkyard. Oh, okay. There you go. Now I know what you're talking about. They said the water went to the. I can imagine. I bet that did that axle come flying out of there. I've seen water main blow here and actually blow a 4 foot piece of concrete sidewalk right on out of the ground and flip it right over into the yard. So yeah, I know. Uh, yeah, yeah, he's gonna say I don't care. No more tension. There you go. Around here, they would never hit one. Uh, um, in those greenhouses, I grew some stuff in it, but it didn't take. I wasn't well enough to keep going out there, so and check it. But I will have it up next year. So. Oh, it's not fun. Um, around here, um, we got a 4 foot frost, uh, zone. So everything's got to go at least 48 inches underground. So a lot of people they bury. Like my water line is at least 9 feet underground. So um, just to keep it from freezing. And sometimes it does freeze. So, hey, that's nice. I don't understand why this stuff's got to do this now. Oh, just a second, I'll be right with you. Sorry, I get to working on something. But I was going to told written and vamped her up. I got it running. Huh. Well, that was pretty cool there, Junkyard. There's still a hole in your ceiling in the bathroom. Jerry's Wood Shop. Good morning. Huh. Raymond Doolin. Happy holidays to you too, Raymond. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good morning, Jerry. Thank you for being here. No, I just went in and told Written in Blood that, I got his stream running. So where are you headed to today, Jerry, to go to work? Or tonight or whatever? Or are you already there? You're in South Carolina? Well, I'm sorry. No, I actually like South Carolina. I was in Columbia, Fort Jackson. So. Pretty down there. So, did anybody know how much snow North Carolina got? Yeah, the cousin in Pickens. Yeah. I don't know where that's at, but. Hmm. Hmm. Did you tell me you didn't know a damn thing about hooking up? No, I don't know anything about hooking up outside faucets. Sorry. There you go. Hooray! Good morning, Kevin Helming. Nice to have you here. Yeah, like Randy Travis. The old men talk about the weather and the old women talk about old men. So. There you go. Hey, as long as you're getting paid extra for it. I was on vacation, working for the garbage company. I was on vacation. They called me. No, the supervisor called me and said the uh, operations manager, or the general manager, wanted me to come in to work. Now, the operations manager, which is actually the guy that called me, said, "Hey, if it was me, I'd come into work. But you tell them it's a 2-for-1 sale." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Hey, they want you to come into work. It's your vacation. They are screwing you over. Go into work. And for every day that you work, you want 2 days vacation pay paid, plus the vacation day that you're already getting paid for." I said, "Oh, oh well, all right." So I worked, this is on a Tuesday. I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So they give me 8 more vacation. Give me Wednesday, Thursday vacation days, because Saturday wasn't a vacation day. But I made out like a bandit. Plus, I got paid. So yeah, I made good money. I'm doing good there, Benkin. How are you doing? How is Mrs. Benkin doing? Tell her she's looking lovely as ever. No. And you didn't hear it before, but about 13, 14 miles west of here, we have a little town. And yesterday, when I was on my live stream, their fire department was burning down. They had a they had an ambulance. I don't know what time it started. It must have started during dark time, because there's pictures of smoke coming out while it's still dark. So um, it must have started around 6 o'clock or so. Um, but their ambulance inside the fire department caught on fire. And I guess um, they said their fire equipment's all out of service. So I don't know whether it's damaged to where they can't use it so bad, or they got to clean the smoke and stuff out of it first before they can use it. But all their stuff is out of service right now. Their fire department's out of service because it's probably, I don't know how bad that is, but I'm sure they're going to need to do a lot of work to that. They had to call in 3 other fire departments, plus they had to call in some fire departments to take over calls. So they had explosions inside the fire department because of the oxygen in the tanks that were in there and stuff were blowing. The yellow protest. Well, what they're protesting is the climate change tax on the middle class. They're not taxing, everything's going up. They're putting a big tax on the diesel fuel, and it's affecting the middle class. It doesn't affect the poor, because the poor don't have diesels, and doesn't affect the upper class because they can afford it. But it's putting a big squeeze on the middle class, and that's what's going on. It is it's an amazing world, isn't it, Kevin? There you go. Kevin used to work for this factory, and on holidays, he would go to work. They'd have him work on holidays, and the only thing he had to do was sit in the factory. Just sit in there, because they had ovens or furnaces going. Because I don't know, some heat treating or whatever. They had to go check the furnaces once every 4 or 5 hours, make sure that they were still up to temp. That was a hard job. You know? You're right. And I tell you what, if I was Weight Watchers, I'd sue the living hell out of Oprah because that is one false advertisement right there. And I bet you she don't eat that cauliflower pizza either. Yeah, it'll happen here. Sooner or later, we're all gonna get tired, and then it'll be us against them. You know, well, it'll be us against two of them, us against them and the government, or us against the government, and then us against them at the same time. Because it's just fine, you know. Yeah, you're right. God save the Queen. So, excuse me while I powder me nose. There's a place that sells cauliflower crust pizza, so you eat the tavern. There you go. I don't blame you. No. In fact, I just had cauliflower last night. I, I had some cauliflower and some Marzetti vegetable dip last night. Huh. You like comfortable food, but you couldn't get comfortable eating that. Yeah, I don't understand that. After the Trump term with non-business and higher than before, and business tax that, well, I don't know. Yeah, oh, the irony. You're right there, Kevin. Now, I was at the store the other day, okay, and they had sprigs of uh, broccoli, okay, which is just, when you tear off part of a piece of broccoli. They had those for $1, a section. Pretty good deal. Dollar, yeah. Then about 6 feet down, they had regular heads of broccoli, $1.25. So who in the right mind is just gonna buy one little sprig for $1, or you can buy the whole head for $1.25? I wonder who the genius was that thought about that. Cauliflower, period. Isn't that what happens to a boxer's wife every month? Probably. Damn it. Got one mustache hair but will not leave me alone. No. I know. Gotta give me a sign that covers the window and the wall back there. Make America great again. 2020. And get a picture of Hillary. I am a crook. Yeah. Isn't that funny how something like Watergate impeached the president, but taking an intern into the Oval Office and having her drop down to her knees to shake hands with a junior executive isn't is impeachable, but you don't leave office. So, you know, and that's something. Oh my God, what 20 years does, you know. Yeah, should be why I kick the can down the road. You're right. I love Old Bay on vegetables. People don't understand. Old Bay is for seafood, but I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely wonderful on vegetable medleys on broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. That's what we put on it when we make that. And if you've never tried Old Bay, it's in your grocers spices. It's not really that expensive. It comes in a yellow and blue can about that big. So lasts a long time. If Shotgun Red says, "We've been married so long, we're on our second bottle of Tabasco." Now, no, it does last a long time. If you guys haven't never watched Shotgun Red, that guy can do some good cooking too, man. Made, as the granddaughter says, spaghetti. Yep, made spaghetti yesterday. Uh, I took ground beef. I took about 3 pounds of ground beef and about a pound and a half of Italian sausage. Put it all in my wok, fried it all up, drained it real good, and then I made spaghetti sauce. I had 2 or 3 jars of spaghetti sauce. I brought up a can of or a jar of tomato juice, and I took a can of tomatoes, put that in the blender, a jar of tomato juice in the blender, and what else? I put some salt and pepper in there, and about half a cup of tomato, uh, dehydrated tomato uh, powder. Put that in there, put it in the blender, turned it on, mixed it all up. Put it in a saucepan, started cooking it up, put some garlic, and all that other oregano in there. Got it to where I got it nice and hot. Took about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and some water and some red dye. Put that in the blender, mixed it all up, and started pouring that in that sauce until I got it nice and thick. Added it to my other spaghetti sauce. And I like spaghetti sauce nice and thick. I don't like it running all over the plate, but you could actually stick a spoon straight down in there and it would stand up. That's the way I like my spaghetti sauce. And it was good. And I made 2 different kinds. I made regular spaghetti sauce for the kids, and the other one I used about a half a pound of chopped up mushrooms in it. It was good. Oh yeah, it would be nice. So, oh yeah, you're right, junkyard. They'll wrap up. They'll have something else to jump on next month. Yeah, 2 roller dogs from the convenience store. I got one of them rollers, Kevin. And if we ever do a trailer, we'll do hot dogs and the roller hamburgers and the taquitos and stuff like that. Actually, roller dogs are pretty good, actually, because those rollers get hot. They're like 2 curling irons together, and they actually sear the hot dog and cook it. So. And if you see my online auction haul video, you'll see the hot dog roller I got. That's practically brand. It's so close to being brand new. It's almost still got the tag on it. So. They're not bad. Throw a little chili and cheese on them, jalapeno, mustard. If you haven't watched my Winter Wonderland video, it's out. They needed a cold beer with them. That's right, Gene. You can get them. They're, the roller dogs are just hot dogs. That's all they are.
Yeah. You gonna take pictures today out of black?
Huh? I did video. I can't take a picture on my camera or phone because I have no memory left. There are no storage. It'll take a picture and then it says could not or cannot complete. So I got a new phone. I got to get over and get it turned on. So. Yeah, it is much better than cauliflower. But I was thinking about doing that on the steam table with the roller hot dogs or with the roller hamburgers, because basically I can put them in a steam pan, a double steam pan, and just let them get hot there. They're already charred and everything. All they need to do is just warmed up. That's right. I don't have memory, Gene. I try to forget the things that.
Yeah, sometimes.
How'd you win, Dad?
I try to forget things that bother me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she's still singing.
Did you get that hot feeling there, Kevin?
Good
Good morning, gorgeous.
Sure.
God.
I'm not joking. I'm sick.
Okay,
Well,
but you're still gorgeous to
Get out of
me.
here. Shut up.
Okay.
Too bad. Swallow your spit. Give us a drink.
Go get your dad to give you a drink.
I want milk.
She wants milk.
Put up out.
Don't tell me, tell them. They're right there.
I want milk.
I
What?
put work in front of you.
I want milk.
There you go.
I want milk.
All right, go tell your dad. Around the beginning, he was at his work, and the boss called him in and said, "Hey, him and another woman. They work for a trucking company. They called him in the office, and they thought they were in trouble for something. They said, 'What's going on?' He says, 'I'm tired.' And they said, 'What, you tired?' He said, 'I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done working.' And I said, 'Well, what's going on?' He says, I'm getting rid of the business.' I said, 'Oh, okay.'
How are you?
And then he looks right at him and says, I'm getting rid of the business and I'm giving it to you two. Now, they're not even family. He gave them this trucking company. They got the trucks, the property, the warehouses, everything. This guy is like 80 years old. He doesn't have any kids. His daughter went to school with us, and she died of leukemia. So he didn't have any kids. He don't have any grandkids. You know, that's about as annoying as hell. So, anyways, he gave him the trucking company. So he's been busy with that. Well, then they said, you know, we've been really busy and ain't gonna have time to do the lights this year. Well, some people were saying, oh, you know, we want to see the lights, you know, so they decided to do it. So he went out and he bought a pallet full of LED lights, and they had, I don't know, better than half of them strung up, because it was costing them about $800 a year just for gas for the generators to run the lights, because there is no electricity at this place. So he has to run generators. So they decided when they did this and bought the LED lights that, you know, it would take a lot less to cut down from 42. So they put up about half of the lights, and they got pretty much half, you know, like half of it done one night. The next morning they showed up and the lights were gone. Somebody come out there in the middle of the night and stole all the lights. So, which made him upset. So he had to end up going and ordering more. And he put it on Facebook. He says, oh, I'm glad you needed them worse than we did. So, yeah. But they ended up putting them up. I talked to him last night. And they are glad they done it. So. That was pretty cool, junkyard. And I took them, I took him and his wife a bottle of sweet cranberry wine and the Grinch and the Helper. They're married, and I took them a bottle of wine. So.
Don't do nothing for your damn family, but we'll take them wine.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, I don't do nothing for the
Right.
family, yeah. No.
Right. Truth hurts you.
What would you like me to do for you, honey? You want me to rub your back?
Fuck no.
Hey, watch your mouth.
I don't have to.
Jesus.
Nope. Who the hell are you to tell me what to do? Excuse me, I can't get on the internet anyhow. You think I care?
Why can't you get on the internet?
Oh, fuck, tell me about your
She's not in a good mood today.
Yeah, let's make Kath out to be a bitch.
I'm not.
I mean, it's all about Buffy.
Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, so no, I ain't been on no porn sites, Gene.
Who cares?
I'm not in trouble. She's not feeling good. Hey. Hi. Did you have fun last night? Did you see Santa Claus?
Bugs.
Did you get to sit with the Grinch?
It was fake.
No. Don't tell her that. That's not fake. That's Santa, huh?
Oh.
Yes, it is. She's trying to steal Christmas.
Yeah.
Knock it off. All right, go sit down, play. What?
So I'll show you the real, not the real one.
East Dad, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here.
Anything else you want me to say?
No, you're fine.
So I thought, little chicken shit.
Did you take a Theraflu? Huh?
You know, I have that throat problem as it is.
I know. Did you take a Theraflu? Well, take one. That'll probably help you, especially if you get it caught now.
You know, the debts with no insurance. We've got new vehicles.
Huh?
Got new vehicles. I would get a new vehicle when I get rid of you.
Who's got new vehicles? They ain't got new vehicles. Those are cars they're working on.
Are they?
Yeah.
You know,
I seen them towed in yesterday. Huh?
they told that one in last night, I think.
Yeah, they towed one in and over at Sanford Sons, otherwise known as the Clampets. So. I'm listening to a story about a man named Jed. That's it. You know, I got two shows from the 60s and 70s right across the street from me.
Oh, I live with one.
What's that? The Brady Bunch?
Oh,
The Brady Bunch.
no.
Green Acres?
No, you're every bit Bud Sanford.
My dad used to call me Fred Sanford. That was funny. I had an old pickup, you know, and every once in a while the steering gearbox would go out and making a turn or whatever, and you'd have to crank it real fast, and all of a sudden it would catch up with it, you know. And my dad's sitting there, and you know, and I'm just a cranking away, and he's looking at me like, "What the hell is going on?" And I am laughing because I know what's going on. And he looks at me and said, "Lamont." I looked right at him and said, "Lamont, you big dummy." Yeah. Don't tell her that because she's a big believer in that Theraflu. Then again, when's the last time you believed anything the Department of Health had to say? You know. And the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, if they were doing their job like they should be doing their job, you wouldn't get all these medicines that the side effects are twice as bad as a cure. You know, is what they're trying to cure. So, you know, try Zipalaka. Well, if you are allergic to Zipalaka, like what the hell is in Zipalaka to begin with? You could experience some throat swelling, some air passage closure, heart stoppage, numbness in your fingers and hands, numbness in your feet, blood circulation to a minimum, and lack of oxygen to the brain. If you're suffering from any one of those symptoms, please seek emergency medical help if you're able. Other than that, it'll help with a common pinky blockage, you know. Yeah. Does it do anything for mood enhancement? I have no idea. But that's the way it is. 90% of all drugs, all the side effects are worse than what they're trying to cure. So, there's been some cases of death. Really? Yeah, 1 out of every 10. Yeah. Well, you know. No. That's because they paid some government official. That's why. And then they got a patent on it, so it makes it look impressive. That little blue pill, I guess the patent's off it now. It's open game for everybody. Yeah, that's right. Alcohol nubs the effects. You're right there, Junkyard. I remember watching the Beverly Hillbillies when Granny said she had a cure for the common cold. So all these medical doctors and everybody come there to find out what the cure was, and it was chicken soup. Nothing picks you up better than a great big old bowl of chicken soup. Yeah. Yeah, how come Narcan is free to drug users, but insulin for diabetics is expensive? How come that is? Huh? Why is that? I have no idea. Vicks, salve, and chicken soup. That's right. Remember them days, the old mustard plast? Oh! Yeah, these kids nowadays don't know what they're missing. Run a little Vicks underneath your nose. Yeah, not in the same bowl, Junkyard. Yeah, that's right. So they're encouraging drug use, but they're not helping with, people, the diabetics. So, why does medicine cost $4 in India? Okay, for something that costs $2,000 here. I don't quite understand it. People say, well, because they don't make as much money in India. All right, just because you don't make as much money in India, does that mean that gives you the right to charge, because you make more money in America, that gives you the right to charge something $2,000 for the same thing that costs $4 in India? That doesn't give you the right. That's plain and simple greed. That's all it is. How, for a pill that costs you $4 in India, and if it costs you $2,000 here, hell, you can fly to India, stay there a month in one of their luxurious rundown hotels, and take the medicine and fly back and still probably have a $50 bill left over. And you get a month's vacation. You're absolutely right, Marie. I have no sympathy for them. None. I have sympathy for the family they leave behind, but I have no sympathy for them. I always said, if I was You know, on the first response team, I'd drive around the block or stop and get a cup of coffee before I got there. Because a lot of them, it doesn't matter. You bring them back or whatever today, tomorrow, you're back there seeing them. We had about 8 months ago, we had a guy, actually 2 guys. They OD'd. They come down there, give them a shot of Narcan, got them back, took them to the hospital, checked them out, released them. Now, released them that night, back home. The next morning, they called the fire department. And they called the ambulance. And they called the morgue. Because not only was there 2, there was 4 of them in the house, and they were all dead from the same thing, drug overdose. All 4 of them. 2 of them from the day before, OD'd and died, and 2 other ones died in the house. Pretty cool. Yeah. You were dead before, or damn near dead, and you didn't learn you didn't learn from that, so you decided to do it again. And yet, every time they go there, it's $2,000-$3,000, and yet nobody pays for that but the city. So, what?
That's not true. They went the same day back to the same house. He repeated it. He ended up on life support. They pulled the plug.
Yeah, they just had one over here. What, 2 weeks ago?
No, he's already been gone and buried.
They were here like 2 weeks ago.
No,
How long ago did that one happen over here?
where he did it the same day.
Yeah.
That's a month.
Okay, about a month ago. And the guy right here,
That was before Thanksgiving.
that was before Thanksgiving. Overdose. They got him back the same night, did it again, and now he was on life support.
And they took him to a bigger hospital, put him on life support.
Yeah.
And the second time, he didn't make it through with the Narcan.
Yeah, they put him on life support, and then he didn't make it the second time. So, they don't learn.
It killed his brain, so they pulled the plug.
Yeah, he was brain dead, so they pulled the plug. But
Well, they don't take you out of your home. They just give you the Narcan,
yeah,
slap you on the hand, tell you you're going to do that.
well,
You don't even go to jail.
that's right. I don't understand it. Why don't they take him to jail
But
after?
drink a beer and get behind that wheel and watch what they do to you.
Yeah,
I've had to sit at Casey's for a while.
yeah. But look what they don't do that. If you overdose on an illegal drug and they take you to the hospital, there should be an officer waiting before you get ready to be discharged, or right there with you. So when you're discharged, you're going to jail. You're being arrested. Then they can bond you out or whatever. But now you're paying for your consequences. But they don't even do that. They don't even arrest them. Well, have a good day. Isn't that ridiculous? It's gotta be, if they would arrest them, if they would have arrested those 2 guys 8 months ago and put them in jail, they'd have still been alive. At least one more day, they would have been alive, because they wouldn't have died that next day in the hospital, in the same house that they OD'd in the
And
first
then
day.
they get on the internet and they put on there, please shoot the drug dealer.
Yeah, it
Well,
should.
what in the hell did your kid go get it for? Drug dealer.
It's a,
Somebody bought it.
yeah. There's these people walk around with, shoot all drug dealers. Okay, shoot all drug dealers.
No.
But and this is what I try to tell them.
Your cookie that you never
If
ate.
there was no demand, there would be no supply. So why not just shoot the drug user too?
Eat your cookie. You
Because if
never
you didn't have somebody wanting it, you wouldn't have somebody supplying it.
Huh?
Nobody ever supplies something that somebody doesn't want. So it takes somebody to want it first before somebody supplies it.
You should have ate it. No. After a while, you can.
So
Can I get cereal?
No. Not today, not tomorrow.
Benkin says he knows some people that work in the hospital. He said some of these guys get so upset because when they give them the Narcan, it brings them down from their high, so you just ruined their buzz. Well, what do you mean ruined their buzz? Hell, they were dead. That's why they give them the Narcan. They were close to dying.
But
So,
everybody wants to bitch about the marijuana. I mean, why are you bitching about that? Hell, go do you some heroin and they'll let you off free.
yeah. So you get
Just
more
take a
trouble.
chance, are you gonna make it or aren't you?
You get more trouble here for marijuana before the 6th than you did for heroin. So
They left that guy right there at the house, gave him Narcan. He pulled through. He did it again. Never gave him a fine or nothing. That's bullshit.
it is. I can't believe some of the stuff that goes on.
Right now.
Backroads 82. Good morning. Nice to see you, man. It's been a while.
Can't get on the cinema. I can't. Because you people talk.
Why is it because of me? You're right there at the modem. All you got to do is go up there and troubleshoot, hit troubleshoot, and it'll clear it out for you. No.
Why is Story Train search? I just clicked on it. 54 points. Off the top. If you don't sit up with it, look at it right there. Now. Sure, Bill. It's in the, not the one with the house on it, it's the one with the gingerbread on it.
Yeah, it's more legal. You're right. Ozark, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. Did you save me a couple of seats? He sent me an email. The Coast Guard or the Navy intercepted a boat full of retired people leaving the country. They wanted to go to Guatemala, I guess, and then come back as illegal citizens. That way they could get all the benefits the illegals get. So the Navy gave them some supplies and sent them on their way. He said he's got seats on the next boat. Wanted to know if I wanted to save me some. I said, save me too. Heavy metal magnet. Well, congrats on the tea time. Hopefully, for this baby. Are you having a baby boy? Alert of the North. Live stream Batman Season 2, Episode 1. FFP, good morning. Vampira, good morning. I got X's or written's live stream running right now. Danielle, aka Danny D. Good morning. Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. I showed you some channel love. You got 439 channel followers now there, Danny.
I'm
doing
joking.
good. Yeah. Okay, go. Nana doesn't like you out here. Come by.
You said bye.
Well, you're having a boy. Trust me. You're having a boy. When you find out, you let me know. You have to fall back on pinto beans and cornbread until time. That's right. She is a cutie pie there, FFP. Yeah. That was Harley. Oh. And congrats on the baby. How's your dad doing anyways there, Magnet? Bobby. Dog, you have to. I'm more right than I am wrong on that. So that's right. It's 2018. You can say whatever. The baby's a boy, but he prefers to be a girl. But he might want to swing both ways, so make a third bathroom. Yeah, isn't that something? Where did that, different sexes come from? There's either male or female. I like how I always say there's either male, female, or it. Yeah. That's great. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for him. So. You're right, Marie. Bobby Sprinkle, good morning. Nice to have you here. I identify as blah, but today I might change my mind. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. He's home. He's doing better. He was a little upset yesterday, but I guess he'll get over it. His wife called in a bunch of people, and he's got a big garage out there, and so means his health isn't no good. She says, I ain't getting stuck with all this stuff. So she had him come out and clean out the garage yesterday. He says, so I can just imagine what they're doing with all my stuff. So, but he was in the house making, I don't know, dinner for him or whatever. So. It has gone crazy banking. So, I can't remember what he was making, peach cobbler and something else, ribs or whatever. So. All right, man, you have a great day. You take care. We'll see you later, Magnet. You're right. I have no idea, Marie. I'm trying to give him another. Probably. No. He's got, I don't know, like a 30 by 40 pole barn back there. So. Good morning, Daniela, a.k.a. Danny D. I just showed you some channel love. So. If you guys don't know who Daniela is, aka Danny D, check out her channel. If there's something you're interested in, show her some channel love. You're right. The same thing happened to the community and the family values. You don't have to respect police, fire department, EMTs, or anything like that. It's okay to blow by them at 90 miles an hour. Don't worry about it. If they tell you to do something, don't worry about that either. You're absolutely 100% within your right to tell them no. Even though it's against the law to tell them no. It's against the law to, disobey. So. I have got to go get a cup of coffee, and I'm going to have to make more because that's the way it is around here.
Really?
What?
That's the way it is around here, right?
It is, because I'm going to have to make more. If I take the last cup, I got to make it, don't I? That's the way it is. Means I got a cup that holds a quart. I'm gonna take the last cup lots of times. Yeah, well, I'll get you a fresh cup there, Bankin.
You pick all that shit up. Well, your cookie brushes, so get it picked up. How'd that feel? I'm feeling good. How'd that feel? Well, you know what? You're the one who went right up and did it. Walk right up, it's like you're gonna do it for the hour. How'd that feel? Gretchen, I didn't feel huh? Is that good for you? Exactly. Huh? That's good. You know what? Keep your hand out of that chair. You push them, you watch them snap, they'll be straight down there. You hit her. Go right, Greg. Sorry, hit her. That's my answer. To her, I didn't get one. Wait till that runs over you. Sorry, Ash. Stop it, Gretchen. Hey, what's that? How are you? I'm gonna hit you in a minute. You little slut. You're gonna get benched.
Right. Play bumper cars in a hurry. Okay, Bankin. I didn't get you a cup, but we can share this one. Party time at Dogs. There you go. See? Isn't that cool, man? I never get tired of watching that thing burp. Kitchen's burp on with it now.
Stop it. Stop it. I said stop it.
I actually should bring the other one in here, move them, a couple of them oil lamps out of the way. And put a heating pad underneath them and let the heating pad run, you know, put it on a timer, let it run every half an hour or so, and keep it around 75 or 80 degrees. And that'll make a hell of a good wine. But I don't know. I'm not into that. I might do it, but I don't know. No. Sitting upon the throne. Well, congrats, Grizz. At least you didn't slide off it.
What's that? What's that?
Giving birth to another clone. Pickerick might be getting some bad weather, snow and ice. Well, you know,
36 for that.
them people down, you know, North Carolina, South Carolina, and all them, they get a quarter-inch of snow, they shut down everything. So, because they can't drive in it.
No.
Georgia, remember Georgia last year got a quarter-inch of snow, they shut down everything for almost a week. That's pretty cool.
No. But it's like
Gotta keep an eye on this pot. I don't know if I overfilled it or not. Hopefully not. But it's getting close. I better get up there and check. Yeah, you're lucky you get nothing.
sit down. How would just how you get hurt? Yeah. You're supposed to be home. No, sit out and watch TV, all right? Hold the ball then. Then start listening.
Let's see where Grizz went with this. Oh, a cop told Jim Cantor from the Weather Channel that they could have found him last night. They would have escorted him out of stage. Nothing good happened when he shows up. That's right. Kimya, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Huh. I don't know. I never buy snow tires. So, I buy all weather tires, but never snow tires. In fact, I got to buy a set of tires for the front of my car. Ash and Santa Paul Gang Squad came to my live stream. My paper is still ready for them. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about there, Timya. Trixie. There you go. Yeah. Old off-grid homesteader Cecil. The chores never stops when they're building a homestead. You're right. So. Yeah. Then somebody said, "Oh, you're tearing up the road. You can't do that." So, that's back then when roads were roads. Now they're not even roads. You know. I don't know if you guys watch Street Outlaws, Memphis, whatever. But they were out in the desert, and this is how they don't even understand what what the road is. They were explaining that it was an asphalt road, but then they put stone on top of it and didn't push it into the asphalt. But I thought to myself, why didn't somebody research this? It's not, they didn't put stone on top of it and then push it in. It's called tar and chip. And they do it here all the time. After they resurface a road or whatever and it starts to get bad, they go in and they fill all the holes up. Then they come in with about an inch layer of stone. But they'll spread tar on the road. And then right after they put the tar on the road, they throw the chip on the chip, which is stone chips. And they'll spread that about an inch thick. And they roll it over with a roller, pushing it into the tar, which seals it to the road. And these guys are out there racing on this stuff, and they're spinning their tires, and they're digging these stones out of the road and everything, shooting them all over the place. That's not the smartest thing to be doing. So. There you go. That's Big Steve is not alone. Yeah, she'll be back if she ain't used to hard work. That's right. Oh, we call it tar and chip here. So, yeah. Look up some creepy numbers for you to call. Okay. What's the matter?
I said, unplugging my computer and plugging it back in, the computer,
Mm-hmm.
didn't work either. I think it's gonna work is disconnect you.
Well, I'll be off here in 20 minutes.
You don't tell me when you'll be off. All I have to say is, see you, Louie.
Goodbye, Louie. You want me to go run it? I can go troubleshoot it and start it for you.
No, you don't know how.
All you
Act
do-
like your computer, like.
All you do is you troubleshoot it.
I did troubleshoot today.
That might be a little strong. Yeah, call 1-800-IRON DOG. There you go, Kevin. Banking. Her computer is Wi-Fi accessible. Okay. And it's right next to the modem. And every once in a while, she can't get on the internet. Now, I am Wi-Fi too. I'm on the internet. She says, well, I'm taking all the internet. I cannot be taking all the internet when it's next to her. It's going to go to her first before it's going to come to me. It has to go through a closet and a wall and everything else before it even gets to this laptop. So it's either, she's got a troubleshoot, it's having a hard time connecting. So I don't know. I got a cable. We can hook it up to the cable, but it still does the same thing. It's one of them wireless computers. All it is just a monitor and a keyboard. So, you know,
How about,
Me too.
or you wanna keep parking there? Object?
that's right. If you can see, do you remember that the next time you see Steve? There you go. Hang on while Grizz is blowing up the countryside. That's the difference between Missouri and Michigan. That's right.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, we're using a Frontier Wi-Fi router they're making.
Oh my God. Shopping there.
You've noticed that, huh?
She wants her haircut. I heard. You better be careful before.
I've noticed that too.
Why did you say that?
Dominoes. Living room. 1, 2. Living room.
I'm not trying to right now.
Oh, every once in a while, I have a problem hooking up to it too. It's just, you know, Frontier. It's junk, but it's the only thing we have here. So,
Oh, right.
but she should be able to connect to the internet because she's right here. I mean, she's this far
Now.
from the modem.
Who laughed?
Oh.
I don't feel sorry for you. You want it, it doesn't, yes, you got it.
She probably doesn't have it turned on. Yeah.
Throw that big rug. Say right now. Yeah.
I would love to, but you know, you contact Frontier and you can't get nobody to come out. You know, they're the most worthless internet company in the world. I said, well, we're gonna step up and improve 280,000 internet connections in the next year. I said, really? I said, yeah. I said, wow. You could step up and you know, improve 280,000 connections in one day by just putting a new tower someplace. So, you know, in the whole year, you're only going to do 280,000. Andy Waugh, good morning. Nice to have you here. Been a while, Andy. How you been? All right, go do your morning live stream, Timya. Been laying low? Okay. I wouldn't know the first thing about doing that, man. I see Wi-Fi routers all the time at auctions and stuff for sale, and I don't know the first thing about doing it. I wouldn't know how to shut off one and turn on the other. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Andy. Hopefully you start to feel better. Fred Flintstone is more technical advanced than I am. Let's put it that way. I still like to know how that car runs. Yeah, do. And if you guys noticed, you never see any telephone lines coming from the house, but yet they got phones. Yeah. So they were, you know, technically advanced way back then. Wi-Fi. Airless communication. Or wireless communication. So Brimstone Hades. Well, isn't that nice? Hey, Brimstone, guess what? Bye. Wasn't that nice of Brimstone to say goodbye? Goodbye, Louie. You have AT&T and it sucks? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't understand why people come in and want to be an ass. I just don't understand it. That'd be like me going to your house, knocking on your door, you open it up, me come in, sit at your table, blow my nose, wipe it all over your table, get up and piss in your kitchen floor, then walk out. Would you do that to your house? I wouldn't want you to do it to mine. That's exactly what that guy did. Come in and blew his nose on the table and then pissed on my kitchen floor and then walked out. Well, he didn't walk out. I asked him to leave. So, isn't that ridiculous? So, I would, but the way things are going nowadays, with salmonella and everything, I'm afraid I'd die after the first glass. So you have to pasteurize it. And that's what I would actually do is I would actually pasteurize it. Yeah. Well, I really don't want to go into it, Marie, but he come in and said he was on the crapper doing the S word, and then he got his male member grew. Let's put it that way. Your AT&T, yeah, when it's working. Every once in a while, you got to pull open the hood on that thing and work on it too. There, yeah. You guys, hold on a second. Let me try something. Well, I would, but she shut off her computer and I don't know how to turn it on.
She can't get internet.
I know, but she shut off her computer and I don't know how to turn it on. Oh. So I've never even been on her computer, only to download a video into her YouTube, and that was it. And there you go. Your smart wife fixes it. There you go. Well, I got a Ethernet cable I can hook into that to her computer to give her direct access. But that the same thing happens there. Every once in a while, she won't get it. She won't get internet. So, Huh. I was gonna try to fix it, but I couldn't turn your computer on because I don't know how. And I don't know your password, so.
That didn't get hired yet? Get hired yet?
I don't know if it's with your computer now, but your computer's a couple years old, 3 years old, but no, I don't know. I would think so. You gotta get somebody over here that knows about computers and have them look at it. So maybe update your computer or whatever. I have no idea. Can you update a computer? Yeah, it says not connected. That's what it says.
Probably got more time than her. You work Romulus? Yeah.
Or it says no internet connection. That's what it says. Well, the computer says it. There's no internet connection. The router don't say nothing. There's nothing, the router doesn't have any screen. If that's what you're asking. The PC, the laptop, okay, her computer, her PC is next to the modem, and it's Wi-Fi. We've had it hooked up to the Ethernet cable before, and the same thing happened. It wouldn't go into the internet. My laptop is Wi-Fi, and there's a lot of times I can't get on the internet too. So
I rate that, Papa.
mhm.
Look. When I turn it on, look. Look. Look.
Don't turn. Anyways, does it have a yellow box? When it says Wi-Fi, you're talking about on the computer screen? When I go to Wi-Fi, there's no yellow box. It says unconnected. So
That what?
what? You got internet now?
It's an Ethernet cable, looks like an Elfa cable, but with wireless connections on the end. Plug the cable into the open in the back side of the computer.
Right. You got that yellow cable. We tried that once before, remember?
Yeah, well, what the hell happened to it?
It's right there, Kath. I was just there the other day. Just a second, I'll be right back.
Oh, good.
Yeah, put it back.
Why you put that? Cut it. Okay, you want to try it? What was it? I just teed you on. Okay? Put it in. Okay? Yeah, put it in. And now pull up. Look. 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 Put it in. Grab me, pass it. Mommy, help! Mommy, help! Holly! Mommy, help! You press the button.
Get away.
Don't worry, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, no. Don't let me do.
What do you do now? Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Probably.
Supposed to be wireless.
Huh? I know it's supposed to be wireless. Do you got internet now? Oh, that's cool, Tim. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I bet. Oh. Well, good morning, Kathy Miller. You're looking lovely as ever. Well, that's pretty cool there, Tim. Yeah. Purple rain, purple rain. I seen something on Facebook. Where else can a guy that wears lipstick, makeup, and whatever, and cosmetics still take your girlfriend? And I had a picture of him. Well, I don't want to go that far, but no. Then again, look at Boy George. Lipstick, makeup, and everything else, and take your husband. Or your boyfriend. So. That's funny, Bobby. Your computer works better than you? Oh, yeah. Oh, I can believe it. Oh. Now I'm a computer repair guy. Yeah, no, she's a computer repair lady. Oh. Good morning, Tammy Sprinkle. You're looking lovely as ever. Still married to Bobby?
How could you be the computer guy? You didn't fix it, I did.
I didn't. I just said that. I said, I'm not the computer repair guy. She's a computer repair lady. Not for long, he said. Yeah. By the way, Grizz, Big Steve's having some problems right now. They had a leak in a water pipe in the kitchen in the wall. So they have no water. They're drinking bottled water. They can't take a shower. So, because they got the water shut off. The repair guy will be there tomorrow. Huh. Isn't that precious? Seems to me I would have had the repair guy there yesterday when they shut it off at 3:30 to fix it. If nothing else, get the pipe fixed at least and then come back and do the drywall later. So, but you know, the slumlord's probably trying to figure out how to cut the drywall out and save that piece so he can patch it back in. Ain't no sense of buying a sheet of drywall when you use that one. So I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth right here. Years ago, I went and looked at a house, and it was a cheap house before I bought mine, my first one. And the house, there's a road right across the street from it. And when you looked at the house was leaning like this, okay? So the house had to be straightened, and they did straighten the house. The people that bought it, they did straighten the house. What they did is when they put the Einsteins that, 100 years ago or whatever, when they put the foundation underneath it, didn't put the foundation underneath it, In the same way with the house I bought, but my house was older. They had just brick laying on the dirt. What happened was, must have been soft on one side right there, and it started to lean a little. So they ended up jacking up the house. The people that bought it, they jacked up the house, and they poured concrete footer down there, and made it right, and put a new basement underneath it, or a new basement wall underneath that side, and then shimmed the rest of it out like it should have been. But I went into this house before they, when they had it up for sale. And in the living room must have been, I don't know, 150, 200 pieces of drywall on the walls. Every time this guy would find a piece of drywall, 2 foot or whatever, 1.5 feet or whatever, would bring it home and would put it on the wall. Instead of buying drywall, and drywall back then was $4 a sheet. Instead of buying drywall, he put all this drywall up. And he told me that he planned on just mudding it all, and stuccoing it and, being done with it. I thought, are you kidding? Are you kidding? And the guy that bought it, actually, he owned a tire repair shop, so he put his tire repair shop behind the place and all this other stuff. So, and they fixed it. So, it doesn't work on hospital life support. That's right. Yeah, it sounds like Dolly's coat of many colors. You're right. Yeah, I'm using Windows 10. Yeah, wish I never would have installed it. So. Yeah, it sounds like a taper's nightmare. You're right. I mean, it had little pieces here, and one there, one here, you know, L shaped over here with a square over there. You know, I'm not lying. Never seen anything like it my entire life. And first thing I thought of is, man, all this stuff's got to come out. The guy didn't have no insulation behind it. So why would you put it up anyways? You know, it didn't have any insulation. So, um, I would remove it, do it, and then I'd, you know, extend. I don't know what I've got left. Um, but anyways, he didn't update the wiring or nothing when he was doing all of this.
What do you have being bad?
Yep, that's right. Just to save a seam. All right. Oh. That's what we did here. We did in this room right here. I put up 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There is 2.5 sheets going this way, and then I got a sheet and a half going the other way. And you know, I could have took that half a sheet and then pushed it together, you know, pieced it together and put it up there, and I didn't. I bought another half a sheet so I wouldn't have an extra seam. So, because you know, you would have had 2 extra, you know, you would have had one more seam, and that's just, you know, extra taping and mudding and everything, and it's not worth it. That's right, seam stress. Right. So, you know, that's the thing, you know, if you're going to build something, make sure if you're going to build it, you're going to live there, you know, and it's going to be something that you're staying in or whatever, or your reputation's on, make sure you use quality material. When I was in the garbage business, I used to, you know, run roll off and do all these construction sites. And I would get rolls and rolls of, you know, 12-2 wire, 12-3, 14-2, you know, electrical wire, brand new rolls of it. These guys would roll out, you know, they'd use a part of a roll to do something, and the roll wouldn't be long enough to make another run with, and they would just throw it away. Rather than using it for another run that they might have later on that might be shorter, they'd throw it away. Some of these runs would, you know, some of these rolls would be 60 feet long. Hell, I used them because I knew you know, nothing in my house was going to be more than that. So yeah, running electrical wire. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, unlike cheap flammable China drywall. Yeah.
Knock it off, Harley.
Yeah, I tried to get a Windows 7 anymore. You can't even find it.
Is this all mixed or no?
No, spaghetti's down there in another tub. Because there's two different sauces. That's for us. That's got mushrooms in it, and the other one in that small container doesn't. That's why I didn't mix it. I don't know if it's still supported or not.
Hey, no. Don't do that.
You're right. You might think it's a quality home till one day it starts to tilt on you. So, and I think the reason why I did is because when I first seen the house, you know, like 10 years before that, everything was fine, you know. And we got a bunch. Well, what happened is it rained for like 20 days straight one time. And it wasn't a big rain, you know, you got maybe a half an inch or 3/4 of an inch or something like that, but every day it rained. And it just kept raining and raining and raining, you know, every day. Well, I think the ground got so saturated that, you know, it just loosened up underneath it and it started to go under, you know, so, or it started to tilt. Just like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, you know, that was actually built straight. It just over time, it started leaning. Sooner or later, it's going to hit over the center of gravity and it's going to pop over. So.
Or a nice little jail.
Huh?
Like our jail.
Yeah. We got a jail that started sinking. The city hall was sinking. According to them, it was sinking. So they sold the city, or they tore it down and sold the property, and they let them build another building there. Now, wait, if it was sinking, why would you let somebody build another building there if you're a city entity? I don't know, because it wasn't sinking. They just wanted a different building, and they figured out a way how the taxpayers could pay for it. All right there, Marie, you have yourself a great day. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Tell your son, or not your son, tell your husband congratulations on the retirement. That's some nice thick sauce too, man.
You want me to leave it out?
No,
I didn't know if you wanted some or not.
no. No. Like that Leaning Tower of San Fran. I've never seen that, but I can imagine. Yeah, I don't anymore. There's so many companies popping up that you Google search and stuff, and you know, this stuff isn't reliable. Who was it that was on here the other day? Said they'd ordered something and it finally came like 8 weeks later. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody here a couple of days ago. Never ordered from them again. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. So. I was thinking about starting to do that, sell stuff on eBay. I got a bunch of stuff I should get rid of. She says, huh? Well, I would sell my stunning good looks, but I don't think anybody out there can afford
You have to pay them.
For cheap, yeah. Yeah, the manufactured homes, some of them are junk, some of them aren't. I've been to some nice ones that, that were custom ordered, and the people that ordered them knew what they were doing. 2x6 walls, half-inch drywall, you know, uh, all the goodies. They didn't go cheap on it. So that's right, and you can tell if you know what you're doing. Um, I see a lot of people they'll when they're sheeting their when they're building a house or whatever, and they're sheeting the floor, they'll use two layers of 7/16 OSB, one on top of another, and they'll nail it to the floor, and rather than 25, 30 seconds or whatever. And which the 2 7/16 is that's not bad. It's not bad at all. But if you're going to nail if you're going to put down 7/16 OSB, and then you're going to put another layer on top of it, you should actually put a roll of tar paper in between it, or if you can afford it, ice guard or something like that. Ice guard would be the best because it's like a rubber, and then you put the other floor on top of that and then nail it down. And I wouldn't nail it, I would actually screw it down. That way you don't get any squeaking from the floor moving from one, because you've got two layers, and it's actually, if you walk on it, it will move. And if anybody's ever been in an old house, they know from where the floorboards are loosened up on the joists, and you walk on it, you can hear the floor squeaking, and that's what it is. It's just moving. So if you put two layers on, you'll put something in between it to keep it from moving and to keep it from squeaking. OSB, or OSB, yeah. Swell up board, oriented strand board. That's what it's called, but we call it swell up board here because once it gets wet, it swells right up. I don't know if they're still using it or not. The sawdust board or particle board or whatever you want, that stuff is just absolutely junk, man. Well, I think in Michigan you're allowed to use it because I see it all the time. Yeah, OSB will hold your weight, right. You need a mop? What happened? Is it leaking again, Big Steve? $45 a sheet, yeah. Oh, I bet. There you go. Gris didn't forget. Read up, dog. What do you want me to read there, Big Steve? The only thing I see from you in the last hour is I need a map or a mop. Did your wall spring a leak again? Granny flooded the damn. How did she do that? Huh. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen um, I haven't been around the construction business for 11 years. That's the last time I was at a construction site, and with a roll-off truck. So I don't know if they got any of that new stuff or not. I haven't built anything, so. You're right. Food Forest, if I could build a cob house, I would, man. They're the warmest. They're, what can I say? They're the best, actually. You probably did see it for 25 bucks. So. The kitchen sink drain broke. Well, I thought you said you had a water pipe broke. Put a bucket underneath the kitchen drain. That way you can use it.
Yeah, for years.
See you later, Kevin. It's got, the best R value. The little homestead or My Family Homestead or something like that. They do cob houses all the time. They build them right there. Or sandbag houses or whatever you want to call them. So I think the sandbag houses are pretty cool too. I would too. Our house we used to have was first sold in 1810. I don't know when it was built, but it was first sold in 1810. So.
Big house. Took them a while to build back then.
Yeah. It was a 4-bedroom, 1-bath house. This house here is bigger than that one is, but this is only a 3-bedroom. So. What?
I don't think so.
This house is bigger. A lot bigger. This house right here is around 1,675 square feet, I think. Oh. The other one was just a little shy over 1,400. So I think you can, I don't know, I think some of these hardware stores and stuff will loan you tools there, Big Steve, if you buy the parts there from them. You got a big pair of channel locks? That's all you need. Something around 1,500. How big is your house now? $27,000, man, that's a huge house. My brother had a 4,200 square foot house one time. Thing was 3 bathrooms. It had the main bedroom, or the master bedroom, was like 18 feet by 20 some feet, but it had a room off in the side of it, which was some people considered maybe a nursery, But it was supposed to be a sewing room or something like that. And that was, like 12 by 14 or whatever. And this was a brick house. It was a big house. So, so you can do it, Steve. You can do it. Get it done, Steve. Oh.
No, you better knock it off, Gretchen. Better clean your mess up too, boy.
Should I get a warm up? Never mind. I'll get some later.
Now, why don't you practice using that once in a while?
Yeah, I tried.
Might help it.
Oh, use
Tired of racing your daddy out.
right. Oh, you got a Cape. Oh, okay. Cape? You mean Cape Cod or Cape Maine or?
Well, you know why you have to make coffee? Is the size of that cup. Seriously.
I know, but it's a Christmas cup.
Who cares?
'Cause the weather outside is frightful, but in your arms it's delightful. That's right there. Steve, you should be able to buy some stolen tools someplace. Go down the street corner.
Richard. Who's that?
No, he lives in a bad neighborhood, he said before. I'm sure somebody's offering some stolen tools someplace. Hell, they're probably yours. Buy them back.
That's rude.
That's right there, Grizz. The odds are against you. Better left unsaid. Better left unsaid, Steve. So.
Sugar, I'm not feeling that sugar. I mean, you guys drink it all.
I just use a little bit. I don't use a pint every time or a cup every time I make a coffee.
You know?
No, I don't. Just call it dirty jobs with Big Steve.
There's nothing wrong with admitting that you're not. You
Huh?
don't know what you're doing in that. That goes right.
That's right. There's nothing wrong if you don't know.
You're just the type that you think you know everything. Steve said.
There is no way I know everything. I know I love you.
Oh, good God, Keith. Quit showing off on there. Then you get off of the internet and you're a prick. Seriously?
I'm not either.
You lie to those people all the time.
All right.
You just put vanity after you got off the last time.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't see that side.
Okay, Google 84 Cape May. I've never heard of a Cape May. I've heard of Cape Cod and Cape Maine. I have to do that. We used to have an 84 lumber around here, but they went bankrupt. Got a Carter lumber around here still, but they're not that busy. We used to have an old lumber yard called Stevenson's, and it'd been in business for 150 years, and they sold out to some other company. But they're still there, but they're not, an old-fashioned lumber yard no more. So you'll believe anything, Grizz. And she does. You're right, Steve. She does got my number. Big Steve says, Kathy's got your number, dog. She does. It's 867 by 309. I understand that, Bobby. Oh yeah, I completely understand that. You buy the package and stuff.
Really, that's in this on?
Yeah, I bought a package from Carter Lumber one time for a garage, and I went to start putting the garage together, and I said, "No, wait a minute," because all this stuff was in my driveway under a tarp. Okay, so nobody took anything. Sitting there, everything was stacked up on, had it on blocks and everything, because I had them stack it to where we started with this part, and as we was working our way, we worked towards the road, so we started pulling stuff off. And I had already bought 750 sheets of OSB, and that was sitting in the yard on top of blocks, tarped, because I'd already used it to do the roof and the house, and it was going to be for the garage and the flooring and everything else, and I got it for a good deal. It was cutoffs. So we started doing, I started framing it up, and I called Carter Lumber up and said, "Hey man, I'm missing like 62 by 4s, 12 footers." And I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Hey, I ordered this. I have it right here. I paid for it, but they're not here." And so they told me to give them the invoice number, and I did. And they said, "Oh, well, we'll bring them out to you." And I said, "Okay." And they said, "In fact, we'll give you some of your money back for inconvenience." I thought, well, that was nice of you. You guys didn't have to do that. And what they did is they ended up giving me a $50 store credit. So I went in, and with the $50, I bought some a porch light for the top of the garage, because the garage peeked out like this, had the roof peek out. So we put a motion detected light there, so when you pulled up into the driveway, it would turn on. So it would light up the backyard and around the back of the house and stuff. And I bought one of them. And what else did I buy? I bought some fluorescent lights. But back then I could buy the fluorescent lights for like $10 a piece. So I bought fluorescent lights for in the garage. So paid for the electrical. Okay. Grizz, he just wants you to fix his pipe. That's right. Just fix that problem, Big Steve. That's funny, Grizz. You're hilarious, Grizz. Isn't he though, FFP? So, but they brought me out the 2x4s and no problem. So I like Carter Lumber. So I don't need anything fixed, Grizz, but kind of you to help Steve. That's right. Steve needed a wrench and he got one. So yeah. It was perfect, and he's taking it straight. He's laughing about it. So he'd probably come back as, I don't know. He'll probably send his friend Scuzz Flippy here to give you a rash of crap now, Grizz, but it'll be okay. So now, I got a shed out here, and it's a big one. It's 10 by 16, I believe, 10 by 20 maybe, or 18. He thinks I hate Grizz. Yeah, but I got that concrete pad out here, and yeah, plumbing PVC is nothing. Hope he does. I would actually love to build, if I ever got healthy enough, build a cabin. Build it out here and put it all together, but then be able to take it apart and then put it someplace, where I can assemble it and then put a roof on, put the shingles on it and everything. I'd love to do that. It'd be nice. Well, PEX is nice to use, but PVC ain't bad. Not a log cabin, just a, well, you can buy the log siding, but just a cabin. Build the walls up and everything, and then all in sections, and then you take it to where you're ever going, and your floor sections, make them 8x8 sections or whatever. And you put them down and screw them together, so they're you got one basic floor, and then build off in that. PEX is the best, but it's expensive, and if you got to have the crimping tool and all the other stuff. If you don't have that, you got to rent it or buy it. And with PVC, razor blade knife, hacksaw, whatever, glue, cleaner, and that's it. A tape measure. So. No, you can't. Doesn't mean da. Hey, by the way, hasta luego. Goodbye. Well, you probably can get a crimper for $23. I'm just saying, if you don't have it, it's an extra expense. Most people have a razor blade knife and a hacksaw. And my first house, we plumbed that all in about 4 hours. Clear from the city water line, run the water lines for the kitchen sink, the drains, and did it only had one bathroom, but did the tub, and did washer, and did the sink and the toilet. Ran all the lines. The plumbing for the toilet was already there. The drains for the sink and washer, the sink and bathtub were already there, but the water lines were junk. So we took all that out, put new all water lines in. The washer didn't have any water lines, so we ran those and a drain. Really? So, Grizz, you're going to have to go to his live stream so you can get timed out. Fair is fair. Yeah. Well, PVC won't freeze if you've got it, where underneath, inside and underneath, so it shouldn't freeze to begin with. Now, if you're using it on an exterior wall, I don't recommend anybody running a water line up an exterior wall to begin with. So, that's not the smartest thing to do. So. Well, you can use hose clamps on PEX, but it doesn't, you know, the way hose clamps are made anymore, they're so damn cheap they don't work half the time. Do you have chaladians? You talking about children? Yeah, I have children. There you go. Gretchen, be quiet. Yeah, that's the best way to save money there too, there, FFP. Yep, you can build it in 1 month with 6 people. Oh. Well, you know, the straw bale houses too are nice. Once you get them all sealed in and stuff, they're warm as hell and everything else. They're not fire, you know, they're not a fire hazard or anything. Once you get them all sealed in, but you want to make sure nobody's smoking or anything around them while you're doing it. So, yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to do that unless you're living out in the country in the woods someplace. You got one built as a base camp? That's pretty cool. There, yeah, straw bale house with cob. So, and a straw bale house will go up really fast, man. Especially if you've got a few people, you know, moving the, you know, stacking bales and stuff. It'll go up really fast. One of those round houses. There's a couple of companies around here that do it. I don't know anybody that's using it, but going on a cob. That's not what that is there, Big Steve.
Anyway, Steve, so you didn't work that long in the pipeline in January to affect you that bad.
Yeah, anymore you gotta have a permit for everything. That's because they want the money. It is expensive to install, but you know, once it's installed, there's no bills. you know. Thermogeo, yeah. Wow, Big Steve's got something for Bobby too. Huh. Damn, he's just full of stuff today, isn't he? It's geothermal. Huh. Really? Hmm. Take that, Big Steve. Yeah. Yeah. That geothermal stuff is pretty reasonable. Once you get through the initial cost, it costs you like $10,000 or $12,000 to do to put the setup in. You got to drill the walls and stuff, or drive them line of pipes or whatever. But I'm sure they drill them or whatever. But you got to put those in and then do all the plumbing and everything. So, but they are efficient. You're right. Well, here in Michigan, you got to drop all that stuff below 4 feet, so you'd have to put all that stuff 10 feet down to keep the frost from getting it. Because once the closer to the surface during the winter, the colder that air is going to be going through the pipes. So, another mess full of wrench stick. That's funny. Steve knows I'm just kidding. So, 'cause he's sitting here watching. He's probably eating breakfast to begin with. He's probably cooking them scrambled eggs and them fried taters and that sausage. Yep. Take the high ground and you are building a large table and chairs for art pieces. Tell the town to write it up and you put it on the mailbox. That's right. Steve needs to get off that computer and fix a pipe. That's right. Cob oven is love and love always wins. Hey, them rocket furnaces or whatever they call them, the cob ovens or cob furnaces, that they have in the house. I think those are so cool. And if I ever built anything like, or had anything built like that, I would actually have one of them put in. There's just a little bit of wood. Once it starts warming up, and you can run the pipe through the floor and everything else, and all that hot air goes through the floor and comes out. When it comes out the chimney, you don't even see no smoke because it burns so efficient. So. Yeah, rocket stoves. You don't know what a rocket stove is there, Junkyard? YouTube it. Those things heat up real fast and they work efficient. Yeah. They put that 55-gallon drum up there on that rocket stove, and that heat comes up through there. You got to make sure you got everything right, though. You don't want the clearance too far, and you don't want the clearance too close. So it's not an easy challenge. That's right. You can run it on junk mail. There you go. Those are good too. But around here, like I said, you gotta drop that, the ductwork 8-9 feet down, because if you have it 4 feet down or whatever, that's where the frost line is for us, is 4 feet. Anything under 4 feet, you're dealing with cold. So if you're trying to heat up a pipe and it's freezing anyways, you got the cold factoring in on the pipe. But if you drive it right down, you going for 3. There you go. You got her, Big Steve. But if you drop her way down, you don't have to deal with that, the coldness. So and most of our drain pipes and everything else around here are like 10 feet down. So, kind of weird how they plant you 6 feet down, but they want everything else below that. So. Well, and you seriously hate Grizz? Well, Grizz didn't do it there, Steve. Bobby, oh no. Bobby Sprinkle timed you out, and then Grizz timed you out too at the same time. So, well, you know what you do there, Matt? You take that water line where the water meter is, and you hook that up to your let's say
No, put it back.
you run that water line to one of your bathroom sinks. Okay, just one. Then you hook your well up and you run that to the regular house plumbing. Okay. Now, when you run your bathroom sink, that meter is running for the city. But when you run the entire house on, excuse me, when you run the entire house on the well water, you're not getting charged on the city meter. And you still can use the city services and they're still getting paid. They don't need to know that you disconnected and hooked on the water line, because they're never going to know unless they come in and check. And they're not going to come in and check because they have no right. They have to let you know. And when they let you know, you can always hook it back up. Ta-da! There you go. I don't know if he gets 10 minutes or not. Hell, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Love you, Big Steve. Yeah. So, well, he'll have 1 minute by the time he comes back. So, if he comes back, there'll be 1 minute left because I'm getting out of here at 10:30. So, there's a $20 minimum charge, right? So, well, that's what happened down in Florida. These people wanting to live off the grid, so they were using their own well water and stuff, but they had no sewer. So they had to stay hooked up to the sewer. Well, you can't be hooked up to the sewer if you don't have water. you know. So they had to pay the water bill. And, you know, people didn't like that. Yeah, that's right. Take them to the wood shop. Nobody come back after the whooping. All right, you have a great day there, Bacon. We'll see you later, man. He coming back. There you go.
You got your cat tonight.
Huh? Oh, that's right. Tonight I got the Sunday night snack chat, so don't forget that, people. 8 p.m. So come one, come all. So, and you're welcome, Big Steve, to come at 8 p.m. tonight, 5 o'clock your time. Don't forget, today is Carry On Jeff and John, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. They have their, be 1 o'clock on the West Coast, but they have their cooking live stream. So if you like cooking, go to Carry On Jeff and John. That'll be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard and 1 p.m. Pacific time. So. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that, Matt. So they don't care. They don't care. All right, everybody, it's 10:29. I'm going to get out of here. I'll have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. Stay safe and stay warm. And we will see you later. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. That's right. Y'all have a great day, and we will see you later, man. Remember, 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard, the snack chat. So if you want to come by, come on by. Bring some popcorn, some peanuts, or Cracker Jacks, or whatever, and sit down and we'll have a little chat. Have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.